So features of Linux. What are the advantages we have in Linux? Okay, why people are switching to Linux, why technologies are coming with the Linux operating system means there are some features. Okay, so first is open source. Source code we get along with the operating system. Operating system is free to everyone. Operating system is free to everyone. So we can download ISO file and we can install in our computer. No need to purchase license key. So anyone can install Linux operating system without purchasing license. So that is one advantage. Okay, for practice purpose, you want to install or you want to work, you want to use in commercial purpose, whatever it is. So you can download and install it. That is advantage here. And source code we get with write permission. It means if you want to modify something in your operating system, you can modify the operating system. Source code you can modify. But if you know C, C++ 100%, then only we can do the changes. Generally, we don't do any changes in our operating system source code. But if you want to do, we can change the operating system source code also. Means you can create your own commands. You can change the view of your operating system. Whatever changes you want, you can do the changes. But for that, C++ knowledge should be there. So this is first one. Open source. Source code we get along with the operating system. Operating system is free to everyone. And next one is multitasking. Multitasking means multiple users can log in. Multiple tasks you can perform at a time. Multitasking means multiple tasks you can perform at a time. Means at a time you're listening the songs. In the same time, you want to install something. You want to create something. You want to do some other, you want to open some other applications. You can do that. Multiple tasks can be performed. This feature is there in most of the operating system. Even in Windows also we have that feature. Okay. And next one is multi-user. Here multi-users also can log in. I'm repeating first 2 points. First point is open source, means source code we get along with the operating system. Operating system is free to everyone. Anyone can download and install Linux operating system, and source code you can modify if you want. And multiple tasks it can perform. We can run multiple applications at a time. And next one is multi-user. See, first I will give types of operating system. There are three types of operating systems. Single user, single task operating system. Single user, multitask operating system. And multi-user, multitask operating system. So there are three types of operating systems. Okay, so first one is single user, single task. It means only one user can log in and that user can perform only one task. See, if they are running any application in the same time, if they want to do other works, they cannot do. They want to open another application, they cannot open it. Only one task they can perform at a time. That is single user, single task. Example for single user, single task is DOS, disk operating system. This is the first operating system. And that is single user, single task. Only one user can log in. That user can perform only one task. They cannot perform multiple tasks. It means they cannot open multiple applications. And next one is single user, multitasking. In this operating system also, only one user can log in at a time. How many users list it is displaying? Still, only one user can log in at a time. But that user can perform multiple tasks. See, if they are watching movie, in the same time they want to work with Adobe Reader, they can open. They want to open Maya software, they can open. They want to open Team Viewer, they can open. Like that, multiple tasks they can perform. But only one user can log in at a time. If one user is logged in the same time another user is trying to log in, means they cannot log in. So what they will do, they log out from one user, then they will log in into another user. That is single user multitasking. Example for single user multitasking is Windows. So in Windows, how many users list it is displaying? Still you can log in into one user account only. So single user, single tasking. And third one is multi-user multitasking. Here, multiple users can log in. In this, multiple users can log in at a time and they can perform multiple tasks. At a time, you can log in into multiple users and they can perform multiple tasks at a time. Example, Linux. So these are the types of operating systems we have. And coming to Linux, it is multi-user multitasking. Multiple users can log in, they can perform multiple tasks. 40,000 users can log in at a time. So practically we don't log in. If required, you can log in. Practically it is possible. But if you log in those many number of users, means will get confused. That's why we
Hello,
don't
sir.
log in. Otherwise, yes, and that I will show you practically also how to create users and how to log in into multiple users at a time. That I will show you practically also. Not only this, everything, whatever we are discussing as features of Linux, everything I will show you practically also in further classes. Yeah, someone asking something?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, single user multitask means one user doing one task at a time.
Yes, yes. If one user is installing something, you can log in into another user account and from there you can create something like that.
Okay, ma'am.
Multiple users can log in. I will show you that practically in further classes, then you'll understand this.
Okay, ma'am.
So this is also advantage in Linux. So first is open source code we get along with the operating system. So operating system is free. Second is multitasking it can perform. Multiple applications we can run at a time and multi-users. Multiple users can log in. Multi-user, multitasking. Okay, and next point is portability. It means can be installed on all hardware architecture. We don't require any specific hardware environment. It works in any hardware environment. If you see AIX server, it requires only IBM architecture. Like that, there are some operating system which requires only specific hardware architectures. But Linux works in any hardware environment. Even Windows also works in any hardware environment. And one more advantage in Linux, it works with least hardware environment also. Like if you have 512 MB RAM, 1 GB hard disk also, sorry, 512 MB RAM, 10 GB hard disk also, you can install Linux operating system. Okay, so that is also advantage here. These points are clear, everyone? Open source code we get along with the operating system. Multi-user multitasking, multiple users can log in and they can perform multiple tasks. Portability, it means it can be installed in any hardware or environment. We don't require any specific hardware environment. Also, it works with least hardware environment. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And next one is scalability. Scalability means same operating system can be installed in normal desktop PC to supercomputer. Operating system is same here. See, if you take Windows, there are two types of operating systems in Windows. Client operating system, server operating system. Client operating system is where we use in client pieces. Okay. Difference between client and server means client means which requests for the services. Server means which provides requested services. In Windows, client operating system is separate, server operating systems are separate. Client operating systems means 95, 98, ME, XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11. These are client operating systems. Server operating systems means NT 2000, 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016. These are server operating systems. So here client operating systems are separate, server operating systems are separate. So if you want to be a server administrator, Windows Server Administrator means you should know the concepts of server configurations and client configurations. Setup is different, settings are different, configuration is different, everything is different. Operating system is different. But in Linux, we have single operating system, which we used in normal our desktop PCs. In supercomputer also, operating system is same. It means what commands we are executing here, what commands you are learning here, same commands we use in real time also. So that is also advantage here. Initially, what commands we learn in Linux, the same commands we use till end. Most of the commands will work. So that is the advantage here. Everyone, you're getting right?
Yes, ma'am.
Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. Maybe my voice is not clear. Don't mind. I have cold. And if any doubt is there, any point is not clear, you can ask me. You can message me on the chat box also. Remember this, not for today, but everyday class, I'm telling that point. And next point is reliability. So we can trust Linux operating system. Why it is reliable? Because last service has been successfully been running without a single second of downtime. Simple, no downtime. No need to restart the computer. See, generally in our operating system Windows, if you create something, if you delete something, if you install something, if you uninstall something, we will restart the computer. Then only the changes will take effect. Even in our computer also, sometimes when you are going to shut down the machine, you will get the message. New updates are ready. Either estimated time 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Either restart or shut down the machine after updating. You'll get like that, right? Because if something is updated in our PC, compulsory, we must restart the computer. That is in Windows. When we are restarting the computer, that is downtime. Because if there is any backend applications are running, it will stop all the applications. Then again, it will switch on the machine. Then we have to run all the applications. That is downtime. Even in organizations also, if you are using Windows machine, if your servers are Windows, every week, maybe Thursday or Friday, Microsoft people will send patches, means updates. So administrators will update the patches into server machines. Before starting updating, they will send the mails to all the clients and employees. Like 10 minutes downtime, 20 minutes downtime, 30 minutes downtime, like that they will send it. Mail to all the clients or users, employees, those who are working there. So because once everything is updated, they'll restart the computer. Once it is restarted, entire network will go down. It means they cannot access any applications from that machines. Okay, so that is the reason they will give downtime mails. That is the reason if you observe, sometimes if you're trying to access like your phone pay or Google Pay, if you're trying to do any transitions, you will get the message like error messages you'll get server is down temporarily, like that, because where there is Windows servers, their downtime will be there. Even general normal desktop PCs also, something you are doing the changes compulsory, it will ask you to restart the computer. So there is a downtime in Windows machine. But in Linux, no downtime, no need to restart the computer, whatever changes we do. That also I will show you practically in further classes. So Linux is reliable. We can trust Linux machines because no downtime and performance also fast. Comparing to Windows, Linux performance also fast. Two reasons are there. One is Linux works with command line interface, black screen with white fonts. So it doesn't require more graphics. Processor work is less there. So that is one reason why Linux is fast means. And second reason is there is a concept called swap. Swap means virtual memory, which is used to increase the performance of RAM. Virtual memory is used to increase the performance of RAM. Okay, so what is this swap memory? We have class for that. So we create virtual memory and we add that space to our physical RAM. If your RAM size is 1 GB, okay, so twice the RAM means 2 GB space we can create virtual memory and that space we can add to our RAM. So 2 plus 1 means 3. So using 3 GB space, your RAM can send the data and receiving the data. So your performance will increase, your system performance will increase. This we have separate class for this also. I will show you practically. So performance wise, comparing to Windows, Linux is fast. One reason is it works with command line interface. So it doesn't require more graphics. Black screen with white fonts. And there is a concept called swap memory, which is used to increase the speed of RAM. That is also one reason. This two I will show practically also. And next one is security. Up to now, the points are clear, everyone. And the points, whatever
Yes,
I'm explaining, I will share the notes also for the points. Okay. Once everyone join into this join, then I will share the notes to Telegram. So next point is security. Linux is secure. There are many reasons why Linux is secure means. One is inbuilt IP tables are there. IP tables means firewalls. In Windows we call firewall. In Linux we call IP tables. Okay, and SE Linux is there. Secured enhanced Linux. IP tables are used to secure networking files. SE Linux is used to secure local files. So when you want, if you want, you can enable firewalls or you can disable firewalls. Firewalls we have in Windows also. This is one reason. Inbuilt IP tables are there, firewalls are there. Next reason, Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. So those who know the commands, they can only execute something in our computer. If you want to create something, you want to delete something, you want to access something, even if you want to log in into computer also, we must know the commands. So someone wants to configure something in Linux machine, compulsory they should know the commands. Then only they can configure. So it is secure. So those who know the commands, they only can access your computers. They only can configure something in our computers. So Linux is secure. So next reason why Linux is secure, it doesn't support exe files. No next finish, no auto runs. It doesn't support exe file. So if something is coming with exe file, many PCs are infecting with virus because of exe files only, auto runs. But Linux doesn't support exe files. So that is also one reason why Linux is secure means. And next, Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. For every user, password authentication is compulsory. Where if you're trying to log into any user account, it will ask for the password. Without knowing the password, we cannot log in into any computer. See, in Windows PC, it is not like that. If you created any user and if you don't generate the password, so while login, if you click on the user account, it will just log in into the computer because you have not generated the password. But in Linux, Once a user is created, if someone is trying to log in into that user account, compulsory password is required. If there is no password, you cannot log in into that account. So Linux is secure. This is also one reason. Next, Linux is secure. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. In Linux, we can encrypt a file by assigning password. Encryption means converting the original data into secure format which no one can understand. In Linux, we can encrypt a file by assigning password. Now, assume you created a file with some important content, maybe your office detail, personal detail, account details, passwords, whatever it is. There is some important data in your file. Okay, so after writing the data, you can encrypt the file by assigning password. Once a file is encrypted by assigning password, if someone is trying to check the content of your file, it will show the content in encrypted format. If someone is trying to open your file, it will ask for the password. So without knowing the password, no one can enter into your file. So Linux is secure. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. How to encrypt a file by assigning password? That also I will show you practically in further class. Okay, so that is also one reason why Linux is secure. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. And Linux is secure because there is no setup files. No next finish. So everything we have to configure manually because everything you'll get as a configuration file. There is no setup files in Linux. That is also one reason why Linux means. I'm repeating, Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there and SC Linux is there. IP tables are used to secure networking files. SC Linux is used to secure local files. Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Without knowing commands, we cannot configure anything in Linux machine. You cannot access anything. Linux, excuse me. Here, one more point I want to tell you. Linux works with commands, but don't think it is difficult. Linux is not at all difficult. So initially, all the commands I will explain. Every command I'll explain daily. From basics, I'll explain everything. Which command is used for which purpose, I will explain and I will show practically and I'll make a note and I will share with you. So no need to worry about it. If you just follow the notes and do the practicals, you can complete it. No need to remember all the commands. It is not required. If you understand the concept, that is enough. Okay. So Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. Linux is secure because we can encrypt a file by assigning password. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. Linux is secure because it works with configuration files, no setup files. Okay, so these are the reasons why Linux means. Innovation, this is for beginning to 4 years experience. I'll explain directly. I will not explain the server concepts. First, I will start with basics only. System administration part, network administration part, both I will cover here. So this is complete book, Linux administration. From beginning to end, all the topics I will explain. Okay. Because most of the students will come like without knowledge, zero knowledge. So I'll start from basics. To servers also I'll explain. Up to 4 years experience I'll explain.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Is this points are clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the features we have in Linux. These are the features of Linux. And these notes I will share. Next, when you join, everyone join into Telegram. I'll start sharing the notes of all the everyday classes. Okay. So these are the features we have in Linux. Linux is an operating system, same like Windows. But Windows is user friendly because graphical user interface we use. But Linux is not user friendly, but it is not difficult. Easy only. Nowadays, Linux also we are getting with GUI mode. If you want, you can use Linux with GUI. That also I will show. In organizations, now for employees, they are giving GUI mode only. So these are the features we have in Linux operating system. What is operating system means? It is an interface between user and hardware. In order to work with hardware components, we need an operating system. It can be anything. It can be Windows operating system or Linux operating system. One operating system is required. So why Linux means these are the features we have in Linux. Clear, right, everyone? Any doubts are there in these points?
No, ma'am.
Done. So next is file system hierarchy. Means what are the default directories we get along with the operating system. That I will explain in our next session. Okay. So this is about today's session. Thank you so much for the session. Have a good sleep. We'll meet in the next session.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if you have, yeah, thank you so much. Anyone have
Thank
any
you.
doubts, you can ask. Kada? And Monday onwards, no breaks. Continuous classes will be there. Mostly they will change the link also. Today demo, yesterday and today demo classes. If most probably tomorrow also class will be there. Okay. So next class from again Monday onwards will be there. Tomorrow, most probably you have that demo class again. Continuation. No more introductions, nothing. Continuation as for the content, I will explain. Benjamin, I think you joined late. Okay, okay. No problem. You'll get the recording video. Uh, you'll get the call from DurgaSoft team. Ask them for the recording video. So you'll get the recording video. If you registered with your email ID, proper email ID means you'll get the recording video, demo link to your email also. Just go through it. And as I told you, regular daily you'll get the recording videos, everyone. Okay. So means today if you class complete and means next day they will share the recording videos. You can go through the recording videos also. Yes, Abhishek, you can leave now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So thank you so much. We'll meet in the next session.